One of the leading rushers on this team for Westlake, as he is not able to find a way to get up the field on that play. I expect to see a lot more design quarterback runs tonight, as well as seeing him scrambling.
And the protection wasn't terrible. There were bodies in front of it, but man, it just felt like the pocket just shrunk so quickly, Nate.
Yeah, he's not going to have a lot of time tonight, JT.
So Aiden Bayless, see if a blitz comes once again. Instead, they'll give it to Aiden Hammond. Hammond trying to work his way around, but he's dragged down.
Yeah, a lot of quick feet there by Hammond. It's tough when you don't see a hole. You just got to drop your shoulder down, JT, and try to fall forward. There's not too many options there.
Nathan Darrington able to track him down, coming over from that defensive tackle spot. And now it's 3rd and 10 with 8:47 to go in our first quarter.
Not a situation that Westlake loves being in.
Looks like they're going to bring a blitz here as well, Nate. See how the Thunder try to counter it. Bring 5, there's an uncovered man. Bayless able to get out of it, gets it over to Hammond, but the Knights are there, and they swallow him up short of the sticks. Good job by Tyler Denny on the tackle.
Yeah, great pressure there. Bayless, athletic enough to get out into the open, still makes a play down the field, just not enough when you're at 3rd and 11 trying to get there for the first down. And we see the punt team come out.
Hey, Cole Christensen was pretty good last time we saw him on the field. He's back to return this punt as well. We'll see if he can make another electric play with this punt away. Take their time to get it off, to give him time to cover it. It's a short roller that takes a couple of bounces. Christensen thought about picking it up, maybe should have. That'll roll inside the 10, nearly in the 5, exactly on the 6. Great punt.
Yeah, amazing punt there. Not how you usually draw him up with hang time, but hey, tucked him back there inside the 10. It's going to be a tough position for Lone Peak to march down the field. Salmani
Afale, the man on the punt, and what a spectacular one it was. We'll see if the Knights offense can do it better backed up. And we saw Cole Christensen, but he is not the only playmaker on this team. Whether you talk about Max Bateman has done a phenomenal job at the tight end spot for this group as well. Trey Robinson on the outside as well, and Crew McChesney, of course. It's a loaded skill position group, and one of the better ones returning for this Knights team that did lose a lot of starters as Blake dragged down for a short gain.
Yeah, keeps that one off a read. Falls forward for, so he's falling forward for about a yard. 2nd and 9, as we see Lone Peak setting something up to make it down the 95 yards they need to do to get to the end zone.
It's a long way, but doesn't it help when you do have so many returning players at that skills position? You lose Luke Hyde from last year, but outside of that, your top 4 pass catchers outside of Hyde still return.
Yeah, you love to see the return in production.
They'll go to the ground here. Wild charging ahead. Wild makes a man miss. Wild trying to get to the outside. Great leg tackle as he's finally brought down by the Thunder, but a nice gain there.
Yeah, big play there. Again, Lyman able to set up blocks on the 2nd level. Opens up a hole for the running back to be able to break arm tackles, move the sticks down the field up to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Dylan Hansen just saved what might have been as well another, I don't know if it was going to go for a touchdown that time, but it would have been another probably 50-plus yard gain for Lone Peak as they'll set it now on the 25. Go to the ground again. Wild, this time nowhere to go. He's draped down.
Yeah, Westlake Thunder able to jump in the backfield there, take him down. Looked like number 87, Sawyer Grant.
Yeah, good job by Gray, able to get the stop there. So 7-0 Knights, 6:20 remaining in this first quarter. Once again, apologize for any technical difficulties as well. We're working tirelessly, our Rewind team back home, to get those sorted out. But if you're just joining us, all you missed pretty much was a Cole Christensen electric play. Made one man miss, then showed off the wheels, took it to the house. Westlake had a 3 and out, and now Knights going back to work. Time for Jackson, airing it out to the outside. Great separation created. And before it's holding, and that ball is out. But looks like, I thought the Knights got on it. We'll see what the signal is. And it's Westlake ball.
Wow. Wow, that is crazy, JT. After we see Derek Henderson just pull that one down after running a solid out route, breaking off from both defenders, catches it on contact. The ball comes out. Westlake comes up with it. Big momentum shift could happen early here, JT.
Yeah, Dylan Hansen jumped on top of it, and it was Cole Christensen who just couldn't squeeze that one in. So, you know, one great play for Christensen so far today, one right there he would love to have back. Now we'll see if the Thunder can take advantage of this short field as they'll pick this drive up from the 35. Bayless running to the outside, looks to throw it a moment. Instead, he's going to run. Bayless, green grass in front of him, gets the first down.
Had no one to go to, so just picks up the first down by his legs. The leading rusher on this team, JT, as we can see, quite the athlete out there.
He is quite the athlete indeed, and displays it there. So an opportunity for the Thunder to tie this one up. And look, this is, I mean, we talked with Coach Brockbank before the game as well, and he just wants to see his team go out there and execute and do their job. And, you know, until that fumble, they'd been doing so. So we'll see how this defense can respond after this. Give it to Youngblood before he's dragged down.
Yeah, big stop there by number 47, Kyle West. Able to get there in the in the backfield, wrap him up. You're not going anywhere.
So officially no gain on that one, 2nd and 10. This Westlake team that just mustered 6 points last week against American Fork. Funny enough, it was almost the same score for these two teams. Actually, Westlake scored a touchdown, so it was 35-7 versus American Fork. Lone Peak 35-6, so very similar outcomes in the two game. Both teams hungry to close out region play with a win. Bayless, quick throw to the outside, nearly intercepted. Instead, it's caught. Didn't quite go for a first down, but a nice reception.
Yeah, dangerous to try to jump those routes with no one behind you. Safety's able to rally up, make the play, and we're looking at a 3rd and short for the Westlake Thunder.
Yeah, good job by UD hauling that one in. With just over 5 minutes to go in our first quarter, the Thunder looking to punch one in. They'll have to get the first down first. Bayless stays in shotgun. Drake Youngberg flanks him. Give it to Youngberg, follows his blockers ahead, tries to lean forward, and he did get the yardage for the first down.
Yeah, big pickup there in the red zone, able to fight between the tackles. Westlake gave American Fork at times a hard time running between the tackles. Just great job by this offensive line to be able to build production for the run game.
This is a Lone Peak defense as well. They lost a lot from that state championship team last year. There's a guy in Luke Durfee, Connor Kelly as well in the front seven, two elite players that are both playing at the next level as well. So a lot of production to replace. They're coming along as the year's gone on, but still got to work and see. Youngberg gets it once again, charging ahead. Nice gain.
Yeah, you love to see those cutback lanes open up, JT. It just makes life easier for a running back as he's able to get downfield and doesn't have to worry about defensive linemen. He's only worried about hitting DBs and linebackers.
Once again, if you're just joining us, JT Wistersill, Nate Carter on the call. Cole Christensen took the 3rd play of the game to the house on one that was about 65 yards. Then 3 and out for Westlake, but then a fumble on the outside by Lone Peaks, giving Westlake this great position. Youngberg on the ground once again, charging ahead. That time the Knights able to bring him back. 12 hats to the football mentality.
Yeah, able to stuff him up there, hold him up, not able to fall forward and get those extra yardage. Pushing it to 3rd and 2 for the Westlake Thunder. Tough situation. Is it senior night, JT? Do we 4 down territory, or are we just going all out tonight?
That's what will be interesting to find out, and they'll see if they are even forced to make that decision after 3rd and short here with 3:30 to go in our first quarter. This one comes from the 6. Bayless, right side of the offensive line. Bayless actually going to lead blocker. Youngberg trying to charge ahead, and looks like Youngberg got it.
Yeah, through the wash right there. The referees are spotting it. Looks like we're going to see a 1st and goal.
Ball's run by Jake Youngberg. That's a Westlake. First down.
So first down, took it to the 3. They'll have 3 plays to try to get it in. Now saw an offensive lineman's helmet pop up as well. Getting physical in the trenches, Nate.
Yeah, obviously, if you have a wash that big, somebody's got to strap up their headwear again. We see a change of personnel real quick for the Westlake as we see a couple tight ends, looks like, or a fullback coming in to try to punch us into the end zone.
Yeah, first time they've gone under center today. You mentioned the success running in between the tackles. Looks like they may be going right here. A lot of bodies in, strung down, somehow gets a couple of it back, but Lone Peak was ready for it.
Yeah, Lone Peak DN's ears pinned back, ready to make a play there, and they do so as we see another 2nd and goal from the 4th yard line.
George Griggerman looked to be the first in there to trip up Youngberg before they came in. And, you know, if you want to be a physical team and try to punch it in, that's one thing. But look at the Knights. I mean, they're just right in there as well. It's a battle.
Oh, yeah. They know exactly what's coming for it. They're all pinching in, ready to stuff this.
Bayless charged ahead on the QB sneak. It looks like he got in, actually. Actually, it was a trick play. It wasn't even Bayless.
No,
I lost the ball.
Handoff. No, fullback handoff, misdirection. As the defense is accounting for the running back and the quarterback, give it to the fullback. He's coming in untouched, diving into the end zone. We got ourselves a game, JT.
Manasi Teo finds the end zone for the Thunder. We are a PAT away from tying things up. What a crazy start it's been to this one. And hey, it may be week 10, but it's never too late to run guys onto the field because you're never just going to get field goal figured out. Excuse me, I can't even get it figured out.
Yeah, it's always 11 guys. They'll figure it.
One way or another, all that matters is Westlake has tied things up on senior night at Westlake High, 7-7 with 2:14 remaining on KSL Sports Rewind.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it now.
Skin Science does a phenomenal job on providing students the foundation they need to be able to jump into a career in medical aesthetics. During their internship at Arlani, they can expect to assist the practitioners with all things injectables such as Botox and dermal fillers. They assist with all of our medical facial procedures and then also with our body contouring procedures.
I would 100% recommend Skin Science Institute to anyone that's looking for an aesthetics program. I did not attend Skin Science Institute, but having worked here and seen how the staff and instructors care about their students and want to watch them grow and succeed, we are dedicated to helping our students feel confident in every service that they perform.
Back here inside Westlake High School, the Thunder just were able to punch one in off the fullback run that even had me confused, Nate.
Yeah, that was great to see. I assume we see a big answer here from Lone Peak as they want to be getting better every week and being able to dominate the state just like they did last year.
And credit Westlake for forcing the fumble, but the only thing that stopped Lone Peak 2 drives in so far are themselves.
Yeah, turnovers are a big difference maker, JT, as we see gave an opportunity for Westlake with a short field, and they capitalized on it.
This one not going to be returnable as it sails into the end zone. So we'll see this Knights offense come back out. But as we mentioned, Jackson Blake getting the start tonight, and Blake, you know, still completed multiple passes in this one. Has looked good.
Yeah, definitely able to get through his progressions, has time in the pocket, is reading the field right, and he's able to make contact with wide receivers, exactly what you want to see from him tonight.
We'll see how the Knights respond as Bayless comes back onto the field. Excuse me, not Bayless. Blake comes out onto the field as we're a little tripped up here, but Jackson Blake ready for the snap, flanked by Brooks Wild. They're going to give it to Wild. Wild makes one man miss, tries to get a couple tough yards ahead. He's frustrated he was tripped up, but gain of about 3.
Yeah, tripped up there. Going for the legs is never a bad idea, JT. That's what you use to keep you up. Able to take them down with that trip there. As we see a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
doTERRA is proud to be a sponsor of Lone Peak football. doTERRA products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can help. You can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. So once again, go to doTERRA to up your health and wellness game. So 1:35 remaining, 2nd and about 6. Wild gets it ahead. Wild, green grass in front of him, hits the hole. Wild ahead. Wild crosses the 40. One man with a chance to catch him. Brooks Wild going ahead, running wild as he crosses the goal line for the touchdown. Lone Peak.
Lone Peak answering back quickly, JT. How explosive is that run? Able to break 1-2 arm tackles, has daylight in front of him, and is burning it into the end zone.
Actually, Eastern Anderson. So Eastern Anderson with the score, the 23 and then 24 combination back and forth. Confused trivia up a little bit there. So Eastern Anderson showing off the wheel. The second plus 50-yard touchdown of the game for Lone Peak. First, it was Christensen making one miss. That time we saw the Knights offensive line absolutely moving dudes out of the way. And then it was Anderson scorching through the hole for the touchdown. And we are PHC away from another 7-point lead. Lone Peak didn't waste much time getting in the end zone. And they'll put that one up too, as the Knights lead it.
Wow, how crazy is this, JT, as we see just another quick answer from Lone Peak. We know Coach talked last week that he complained not having enough plays facing Corner Canyon last week, and this week having less offensive plays but getting more points on the board. He's probably not too mad about time of possession this time around.
Can't be at all. And Westlake defensive coordinator Billy spoke with him before the game. That is Billy Halasima, and he said this group they're improving, but still some things to get better on, and we see one of those right there. Is they've now given up, as we said, 2 large touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of programs in the state, JT, that are trying to improve every week. Obviously, to build a program, you're not going to see it overnight. It's going to take time to get the right fundamentals into the program and see the results on the field.
The head coach of the Thunder, Louis Wong, in 7 years is 20 and 55 as a head coach. By comparison, Coach Bart Brockbank is in 6 years 49 and 24, and as well as coming off a state championship title. Westlake charging ahead. They had a good return last time. What a hit. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, big hit there on kickoff.
Hard to even tell. That's how you know it's routine if you're Lone Peak. They're not even fired up about it. They're just running off the field, basically. That's the one, too. It's hard to stop a guy's momentum completely. That's exactly what they just did.
Yeah, running into a brick wall there.
So now we see Aiden Bayless in this offense come backs out. See 2 backs in the backfield. Bayless, both of them dropping out, waiting, looking. Gonna check it to the outside. Hammond able to haul it in. Nice reception by Hammond.
Yeah, great reception by Hammond. Bayless was looking for him to get his head turned around. Great job there buying him time to be able to set up that pass and not forcing it too early, or else you would have a receiver without hands on it.
1:07 remaining in this first quarter as well. And want to take a second as well to tell you more about our great sponsors with Knights football. And we'll tell you, as in Ames Construction, working in harmony with nature and installing true confidence, delivering success. Once again, Ames Construction. They'll go to the ground. Youngberg engulfed. Look at the Knights swarming to the football.
Yeah, bundle of Knights coming in there as taking him down. Looks like he was able to get 2 yards before that pile came pushing him back.
It's actually Landon Raffison on the carry there. So now it's going to be 3rd and 5. Looks to be. That's the nice thing is you got a couple of those yards back. You at least got back to the line, I should say, then before getting dragged back all the way. One nice thing I appreciate about Westlake High School, got a play clock for us as well, so we keep you guys informed on that all night. They'll snap this one with well over 10 seconds. Bayless waiting, looking, goes deep, and it's hauled in. Diving reception made, and it's going to be a first down for the Thunder thanks to Carter Queering.
Yeah, great route running right there. Impressed what I've seen with Bayless so far. Knows where his reads are going to be at. His line's giving him enough time to make them, and he's able to get the ball down the field. This is a fired up Westlake team to be going against the former state championships.
So 22 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Bayless will go to the ground once again. Good job by the Knights, second level, engulfing, making the stop on Youngberg. And that's going to do it for this first quarter. It's been a fun one. 3 touchdowns already. We've had a fullback touchdown. We've had 2 touchdowns over 50 yards as well. And we are just getting week 10 going here at Westlake High. So make sure you come back with us at the break, after this break on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back into Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind. Dr. Horton, the 2022 Dr. Horton is the state's premier builder of master planned commutes, offering amenities like pools, clubhouses, integrated walking trails, sports courts, dog parks, play areas, and much more, with more than 300 communities built locally since 1992. Bayless dropping back, waiting, pressure in his face. He's able to elude it. Bayless buying time, waiting, throws it just away.
Yeah, good move getting rid of it there. Not able to see anything down the field. His own lineman getting pancaked in front of him. He's able to escape the pressure and not lose any yardage on the play.
Going back to Dr. Horton, want to tell you guys as well that he has more than 300 communities built locally since 1992 and 18-plus communities now under construction. Dr. Horton is Utah's home builder. Start your new home. Search today at drhorton.com. Also want to thank Realco, your one-stop janitorial shop. Realco. And movement up front, we'll back it up 5. Oh, actually, looks like it'll be encroachment,
no,
Nate.
It was encroachment. No,
Yeah.
The defensive ends were fired up to get after Bayless, and they were.
Those third and longs, right?
Yeah.
Hard to resist them.
A little more dangerous situation for Westlake as 5 yards a little more manageable from their playbook.
Nice position for the Thunder, though, as well, because you don't need to press at this point in the game. You know, you're only down by a touchdown, so the most important thing is you don't turn the ball over here. Obviously want to get a first down more than anything, but you don't need to be reckless with it because you can live to fight another day. Bayless over the middle, and just a drop. Got caught looking at the incoming contact.
Yeah, I heard the footsteps on that one as number 7, Seth Dow, is rallying up to the ball. Tough spot to catch the ball coming across the middle of the field.
Going to be a punt for the Thunder. Last time we saw this Thunder team punt, it worked out great. Got them all the way to the 6-yard line. We'll see if they have another one in him. As coming out to do the punt once again is Salmani E.T. Afale. This one's a little bit of a backspin on it. Unfortunately, I'll take a negative bounce. I don't think Moose Bingham would be as much of a fan as that one, Nate.
No. First one had the end-over-end roll and just kept going all the way to the 6-yard line. That one came off the boot a little different, and we are starting with the Lone Peak at the 45-yard line.
So one thing you don't want to do is give the Knights a shorter field. They're going to have just that, 11:38 remaining in this one. And, you know, we've seen a lot of Cole Christensen early as well. We just saw Anderson. We've seen a lot of the running game for this Knights team earlier, and we were on the field pregame. That's a big offensive line as well.
Yeah, no, that's a healthy amount of poundage in the in the trench, pushing their way up the field.
Thunder nearly got caught with too many guys on the field. And in fact, Coach Wong is just going to be cautious, and I guess or either way, the Thunder, I believe it's Coach Wong, who decided just to burn the timeout to get ahead of it, look to avoid, because he actually got off in time, but it was one of those close ones, Nate. We're better safe than sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Summit Foot and Ankle. Summit Foot plus Ankle wants to empower your peak performance. Foot pain isn't normal. Rise above the pain at summitfootankle.com. ROI Solutions, professional call center solutions at prices you can afford. Lions, not sheep. Also want to thank Rockwell Ice Cream. Rockwell Ice Cream Company makes the highest quality, fresh, homemade, super premium ice cream. If you like ice cream, you will love Rockwell. It is the perfect place for everything to celebrate together. For everyone to celebrate after the game. Nate, what's your ice cream flavor?
Oh, cookies and cream for me.
You can call a game with me anytime. See the Thunder defense charging back on now after you hate to burn a timeout there, but still got 2 the rest of the way as Lone Peak is set to get back.
Yeah, we see 2 safeties deep. Obviously, after seeing them go deep a couple times, we need to see that cover 2 shell come out.
Blake going to keep it to the outside. Blake makes a man miss. Able to get him by the legs. Nice tackle made, but a nice decision by Blake to keep that one to the outside. Still goes for about 7.
Yeah, you love to be able to see a quarterback pick up the big chunky yardage there on a first down. Give himself more of a playbook to open up here on second. And at this rate, you could even take a shot at the end zone.
Dylan Hanson able to save the first down that time. See the Knights in a strong position here. 2nd and 4 from the 48 with just over 11 minutes remaining in our first half. Jackson Blake. This time he'll give it. Charging ahead, another huge hole for Wild.
Yeah, Westlake's defense really keyed on the wide receivers there for the secondary, as they do not want to get beat deep again, opening up that box for the running game as we first down for the Knights.
Knights team has been strong on the ground. We're going to see Easton Anderson come in this time. He said Anderson and Wild, one of the better two-headed monsters in a backfield you can find at the running back position, and they've continued to ride them and that excuse me, that was not a word, offensive line they got up front. Blake waiting, looking to the outside, gets it to Christensen. Christensen showing off the speed. Christensen makes a couple misses, cuts it to the outside once again. Cole Christensen walks into the end zone. Hashtag rewind top 5. Cole Christensen, how do you do?
Cole Christensen looking like the flash out there as he's able to blow past everybody. No one able to get a hand on him, and he's in the end zone.
There are only a handful of players in the state that could score on a play like that. Cole Christensen showed you why he's one of them right there.
Yeah, definitely had the shiftiness to get through everywhere as he lines up to take the snap for the PAT.
Second touchdown over 40 yards. You know, that one wasn't as long as the first one, obviously, but in my opinion, even more impressive. You break that many tackles. And Dusty and Dane Stewart, that better be on Rewind Top 5. And the kick is good. So the Knights extend their lead 21-7 here at Westlake High.
Point after is good. 21
Back here inside Westlake High School, where we want to take another second and thank Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind for presenting Lone Peak Football Burn Boot Camp. Burn Boot Camp transforms lives and communities through challenging 45-minute cardio and strength workout that will leave you feeling stronger and more confident in all aspects of your life. How's that sound, Nate?
Sounds great, JT.
Yeah, boot camps usually kick my butt, so I'll stick to the treadmill, but make sure you guys head over to Burn Boot Camp, where they do a phenomenal job getting you guys in shape quickly. Touchback in the end zone. I want to take a second as well to talk to you guys about Berkshire Hathaway. Stephanie Clark, Berkshire Hathaway, Utah's premier real estate professional. And Black Desert Resort, remarkable within reach. Velocyrix, bring them all. Tiger Friday, dancewear for the fierce and free. Westlake picking it up from the 20, Bayless. Low snap, try to set the wide receiver screen to the outside once again, but dragged down. What a phenomenal job on the outside by the Knights.
Yeah, it's tough to fight over those screens sometimes, JT, as Lone Peak's able to do it and make a play for a loss there for the Westlake Thunder.
Yeah, CJ Rubble, you know, and you see why if you're Westlake, you go there, because there's only one guy to beat. Unfortunately, that one guy in CJ Rubble, he beat both of you.
Yeah, and you're hoping, this is Wednesday night, JT. We both had short weeks for both teams. Not the full amount of prep that we've seen so far. Sure, both coaches are trying to cook up enough to throw the other team off.
So Bayless waiting, sitting, gets it on the outside to Queering, and he's engulfed. Two Knights are on top of it.
pass complete to Carter Queering.
Yeah, great coverage there by Lone Peak as they've started to find their feet and be able to rally up to these short passes and not allowing any extra yards after the catch.
Going to make it 3rd and 12. This Thunder team not trying to fall behind more than 2 touchdowns. 2 of them have gone to Cole Christensen so far. The other 2, Anderson. Bayless alone in the backfield. Looks like we're going to see a blitz come. And they do right up the middle. Bayless nowhere to go. He's got.
Quite the pickle there, JT, as he has a free blitzer coming up into him. Tries to climb the pocket, look downfield. There's just nowhere to go.
That time it was Jahir Aquin. And you look at Aquin that time as well. He waited. He didn't come right away. Waited for the offensive line to move over a little bit. Confused him, made him think he's not coming, and then flew through the hole for the stop.
Yeah, let your defensive lineman do a stunt, open a hole for you, and crash in after the quarterback. Could also be on quarterback contained as well to come in late to make sure that Bayless is kept within the pocket.
The least popular guy at Westlake High right now is Cole Christensen, if you're a Westlake fan. Unfortunately, he's back to return this one, but we got some laundry on the field first.
Yeah, it looks like we were not set for that punt team. Could be another issue with coming that early game this week. Special teams may not be crisp as you'd like them.
5-yard penalty.
That's the Thunder team as well. It started off so strong. Yes, you give the fumble. You give the long touchdown away to Christensen, but you force the fumble. You cash in on it. You get in the end zone. And since then, things haven't gone their way. We've seen a couple penalties now. Of course, giving up the long touchdown to Christensen too. And now this punt got to come from the end zone. And you can see Christensen all the way inside the 35.
Bigger boot.
Bigger boot. Takes a modest bounce. Will roll vertically. And stopped at what looks to be the 44. So if you're the Thunder, what do you need to do different defensively? Because you're getting burned by Christensen so far.
Yeah, that's a tough task, JT. One of the leading wide receivers on Lone Peak. Not too many teams have been able to figure it out. This secondary, you need to have the right pursuit angle, break down, at least keep contain on him so he's not able to get around you. Easier said than done, JT.
Easier said than done, indeed, as the Knights charging back on the field. 7:53 remaining. They're picking this drive up from the 44.
And if you're Lone Peak, how do you get the ball into his hands quicker?
We'll see if they go to Christensen on this first play. Motion Robinson across. They will drop back. He's looking all the way to Robinson and just going to give Robinson a chance to make a play on it. Just overshoots him.
Yeah, big pressure coming off the edge. Number 6, Jackson Pilgrim able to get the hit, but Lone Peak able to get the ball in the air and let the wide receivers go up for it.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science once again.
Skin Science?
I felt bad I cut you off there.
No, you're good. You're good.
Also want to thank Tech 9. Tech Happily with Tech 9, where Utah goes for custom software development. Blake. Give it. And he is buried. Thunder comes storming in for the stop.
Nusi Tamo Epieo comes in again for another big play. One of the ball-hungry defensive linemen for this Westlake Thunder team.
Talapeo was hungry, just like me watching the Chick-fil-A mascot walk around out here.
Yeah, eat more chicken.
Billboards are getting you. So third down, honestly, check me if I'm wrong, Nate. I think it's the first time that the Westlake defense is forced a third down.
That could be true. We have not seen the Lone Peak offense on the field that long. They've been able to convert quickly.
Blake waiting over the middle, man wide open, hauled in, Cole Christensen, how do you do? 3 touchdowns in the first half, Cole Christensen, he broke free again.
It's pretty rare to see the hat trick in a high school football game.
In a half.
Bake him a cake. He is putting points on the board.
Cole Christensen. I mean, you can even do that one. Let's just do all of them rewind top 5. Just every single one is Cole Christensen, Cole Christensen, Cole Christensen. Crew McChesney, Max Bateman, Robinson. Don't need him. Jackson Blake has found his man, and he's open every time. Also, he even holds field goals. So, I'd be monitoring where he is at all times. How hot he is right now.
Yeah, definitely a conversation the defense wants to have is where's Cole Christensen?
I can tell you one place he is. He's been in the end zone 3 times tonight. Cole Christensen showing out for Lone Peak as they're taking on the Thunder. We'll be back in just a second on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back into Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind. Renuvi, do you have unresolved back pain from a herniated disc, or does pain in your knees prevent you from being as active as you want to be? Non-surgical regenerative spine and joint therapies from Renuvi can repair damaged tissues, relieve your pain, and restore your activity lifestyle. Go to Renuvi.com to set up your free virtual consultation with one of their qualified physicians. Your pain doesn't have to be managed. It can be solved. Once again, head over to Renuvi.com. Knights send it deep. This one will sail into the end zone. And, man, what a first half for Cole Christensen it's been. He has 4 catches so far in the game, I believe. The second of that was actually a fumble that gave the ball to Westlake on a short field. So you're like, sometimes you wonder when guys make a fumble, how are they going to respond after that? Cole Christensen has responded and then some phenomenally.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen a lot of Cole Christensen tonight, and he's responded correctly. I don't know what his pregame routine is, if he's rocking out to Skillet or what, but whatever it is, it's working. Hope he carries it on into the playoffs.
Bayless and the Thunder back at it. Youngberg charges ahead, dragged down on the outside.
Yeah, I would hate to see Westlake abandon the run this far down. Something that's been very productive for them as they were able to push up the field. These rugby scrums for their linemen, able to open up holes for this running back.
Yeah, and you know, when you're running, it obviously takes a lot of time to get down the field, but you have 6 minutes and you get the ball to start the second half. They can get back into this without even letting Cole Christensen get back on the field, which should be their biggest priority. Movement never helps, though, as we once again see the Thunder with a penalty. It's going to back them up.
Yeah, we have 2 productive running backs for Westlake Thunder, including, I guess we have a 3-headed monster almost, with the quarterback able to get the ball down the field with his legs as well. Interesting combination here for Westlake, as I hope they keep some blockers out for this run game.
Yeah, it's been their most productive thing up to this point in the game, as you've mentioned, Nate, and we'll see if they do stick with it. This is a Westlake team as well, 2-7 on the season, scored 151 points, allowed 297. That number is now over 300, thanks to those 28 points, 3 of which have come from Christensen. Bayless pressure breaks free. They set up the screen, but got lost amongst his blockers.
Yeah, great job there by Lone Peak defensive line, able to sniff out a screen right there, create a wash at the line of scrimmage, as we see another 3rd and 10 for the Westlake Thunder.
Beckham Featherstone was the man who tried to get it, but as you mentioned, got caught up in defensive linemen. Even his own offensive linemen were in the way, but if he had hauled that one in, didn't look like there was a ton in front of him. Might have been able to get something.
No, it was a good time to set it up for it, just not able to execute the way we wanted to as they draw it up.
3rd and long, Night Show blitz. They bail out of it, just bring 4. Bayless with time, just misses his man on the outside.
Yeah, intended for number 81, Ezra Heiner, not able to get out of his break in time to make a play there. Let's see the punt team again for Westlake Thunder.
Cole Christensen sits at the 50. Can he make it 4 in the first half? We're going to find out in a second. Thunder going to give it back with just under 6 remaining. This one a good punt, fair caught by Christensen as he hauls it in just at about the 45. And we're going to see his Lone Peak offense come back on the field. You know, they've gone run, and then whenever they drop back, it's pretty much been Cole Christensen deep for a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously they haven't been able to cook up too much with a short week, but they've been able just to go to their guys and be able to make plays. Just guys being dudes, right, JT?
What's better than that, Nate? And you know what? I think what's so disheartening if you're the Thunder as well is you look at the first 2. The first touchdown was just a great player making great play. The second touchdown, Christian, was absolutely that. But then the last one, you let them get wide open. So we'll see if the Thunder can tighten things up here as they try to hold this offense in check with 5:49 to go in this first half. Anderson waiting. Can't get the connection.
Yeah, 19, Shane Blanton not able to hold that one off. Always dangerous to see that ball pop up with a safety behind him. Falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
One of the rare no-gain plays we've seen so far.
Yeah, we haven't seen that many passes go into the dirt for Lone Peak as they've been able to complete at a pretty high clip.
That they have been. We'll see if they return to the ground here. Christensen, top of your screen. They will go to the ground. Big hole emerges, but it's quickly closed by the Thunder.
Yeah, you have a Westlake defense that's scared to let any wide receiver behind them. That's opening up opportunities for the running game to get up the field.
Colson Queering on the stop, tackling Brooks Wild. Makes it 3rd down once again. Actually, I said earlier it was the first time we saw 3rd down last time. Actually, it was the 3rd time. Christensen's first touchdown of the game did come on 3rd down. As you see the bells get going here. For 5:15 left. Jackson Blake, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. This time, give it to Brooks Wild. Wild ahead. Wild has the first down.
Stood up by number 21, Dylan Hansen, able to hold him off, able to not let him break free into the end zone. But still another first down for Lone Peak as they continue to march down the field.
Yeah, Easton Anderson on the carry that time. I thought it was Wild. They keep changing him in and out of the backfield. So this time it's Wild back there. 4:45 to go. They'll fake it to Wild. Pressure comes through. Jackson had to get rid of off his back foot. It's hauled in. What a reception by Bateman. And they should give him the first down. Oh, they're going to stop him just short. He actually stretched the ball out over from my vantage point, Nate.
Yeah, he was doing everything he could to try to move the sticks on that one. Not giving it to him by the ref. Great haul in there. I did not think that one was getting completed. Great hands, hauls it in. 2nd and short for the Knights.
They've relied on their offensive line a lot tonight. I mean, even we saw 3rd and 5. They ran it and were able to get it as well. So far, Lone Peak been able to impose their offense. We'll see if that continues here. They'll give it once again. And they'll have another first down with Wild getting it.
Yeah, smooth play calling there by Lone Peak. Avoid 3rd down if you have to. Pick up the first. Keep moving down the field.
So 3:46 remaining. 1st and 10 from the 22 in this one. Beautiful night out here at Westlake. It's a little chilly, but nothing we can't handle.
I've seen worse. Mid-October, there's definitely been worse situations.
Blake gives it Wild. Broke out of it. Looked like he was going to get dropped in the backfield. Instead, stays up, gets about 6.
Yeah, powerful run there by Wild. Able to make a defender shake off of him and pick up another chunky yardage. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 5 for these Knights as they are knocking on the door of the red zone.
Yeah, they're taking their time, and they know they have all of it they need. Still just under 3 minutes to go now, but that's not even that long of a way to go as they're just on the 16 at the moment. 2nd and 4 officially. To the outside. No one home.
Yeah, not able to connect there. Had time to make a read, just not able to get the ball to where he wanted it.
It's obviously a different level of competition when you're comparing Corner Canyon and Westlake as well, but Jackson Blake has done a really good job tonight.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He's connecting on those deep balls isn't easy, or else everybody would be doing it. And so far, he's able to get 3 touchdowns through the air.
Interesting, we don't see Cole Christensen out there at the moment, but I mentioned earlier, McChesney, Bateman, Robinson, this is a group that's still capable of getting it done, and they'll look to them here. Pressure breaks through, they set up the screen. Wild hauled it in, but great job by the Thunder. One defensive lineman was not fooled, and he was able to get the stop.
Yeah, it's always dangerous to see your defensive line running free out of quarterback because where did the offensive lineman go? You got to keep your head on a swivel, look for that screen pass as they're able to shut it down here, and we're at a 4th and 2.
Drayson.
Not a
Jace
pressure
Mackey
situation that we've seen for Lone Peak tonight.
Yeah. I thought it was Drayson Afuvai on the stop, but we'll listen to the PA announcer on that one. 2:06 to go in this one. This is actually 4th down. We're going to see a timeout from the Knights. I lost track of the downs a little bit there, Nate. It's just, it's been so easy for the Knights so far, and that's time I have to burn that timeout because it is 4th down. But once again, JT Wichita, Nate Carter here with you. Just under 2 minutes to go from our game at West, in our first half out here. And Lone Peak has been pretty much unstoppable on offense, Nate, and got to imagine Knights fans, as well as Skin Science, is proud.
Yeah, last night of the regular season we have for Lone Peak is they obviously hope to repeat the success they've had in the playoffs this year, or as they had last year. Still trying to find their way against this Westlake offense.
I want to remind you guys as well, we have 3 straight days of football for you across the state. Red Zone Channel, Dusty holding it down for you guys there. You got Dane Stewart and Moose Bingham. I can see him somewhere out there on the game of the week. American Fork taking on Skyridge as well. And we appreciate all of you who have decided to tune in to our game here. We got a fun little scoreboard for you guys tonight. A little bit of a throwback for you older Rewind fans. See the I formation from the Knights. They'll give it Wild ahead. It was actually Anderson. Anderson gets the first and then some.
Yeah, great power running play there by the Knights as they're able to line up a fullback there, punch it up the middle, pick up the first down.
So once again, Cole Christensen, 3 touchdowns in this first half. He is not in the game right now. He's actually over on the opposite 40, chilling at the moment. Obviously, we have no idea if he's hurt or not, or if he's just taking a little bit of a breather. Either way, we're going to see the Knights stay in this power look with 1:30 to go. Wild ahead. Wild spinning, fighting, push from the offensive lineman. Did he get in? Touchdown, Knights. Brooks Wild finds the end zone for the first time tonight.
That's a big block set up there by the fullback, able to push him through. And as he stood up right at the 1-yard line, the lineman came in there to make him fall forward. 6 points for the Knights.
Going to be 35-7 after they put this PAT through. Now we see Cole Christensen come back on the field as he's set for the hold. Knights have been getting it on the ground. Anderson, Wild, through the air as well. It's been all Cole Christensen, and Jackson Blake has been the one constant through it all. Is that kick smashed through by Ian Sanchez? Ian Sanchez as well, someone we got to give a little bit of credit to. Sanchez is a guy who made 2 field goals from over 50 yards versus their game against Skyridge just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's tough to bring up kickers because you just want them to do their job, and he's been able to do it. Go out there, be a machine, put points on the board. Nice security blanket that you can have coming down in the playoffs.
And like you said as well, like you want your kickers are expected to do your job, but then you're making 50-yarders. That goes above and beyond. I mean, those are numbers where he's probably going to be at the next level.
Yeah, that was the ESPN pregame show. They showed the Lone Peak locker room, and they all just kept chanting, do your job, do your job, do your job. As we've seen Knights take that to heart tonight. Clock in, clock out, 9 to 5, no worries.
Yeah. Cole Christensen's basically putting in a little bit of overtime, even though he hasn't been on the field. He's just been living in the end zone. Sanchez sends it back. It'll be a touchback. Got 1:21, 2 timeouts left as well. Thunder are going to get the ball to start the second half, but if you want to get back into this one, be nice to try to get a 14-point swing, but obviously 1:21 and going to be about 80 yards to go is a long way.
Yeah, this is not exactly what Westlake would dial up for a dream situation to put points on the board. We'll see if they're able to make a scare at the end zone as we wind down.
Once again, Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind. Bayless alone in the backfield. Brings some motion across. Bayless faked it. Tried to set him in the pocket. He is dropped. 2 Knights come flying in for the sack.
Yeah, number 9, Tyler Denny, and number 10, Ro Ingham, able to just bundle him up in the backfield. He was going nowhere as they took him to the ground.
On top of their assignments, just like you, Nate, flying in, finding those names right away. Seeing the Thunder take their time now, no surprise. Gonna have to run one more play. If that's all they want to do, and it appears that's all they want to do as well. Got about 15 seconds left. They'll give it. Short run by Youngberg. The Knights, they're in on the stop. Got to imagine Coach Brockbank is pleased by his fumble. I mean, pleased by the team outside of the fumble, and then the one short yardage, short field drive they were able to punch it in on. This half's been absolutely dominated by Lone Peak.
Yeah, Lone Peak obviously showing up hungry tonight after having a tough game against Corner Canyon. Glad to be able to see them bounce back and have some fun tonight.
They're actually going to be okay just to let the play clock expire, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just chilling there at the moment. But, Nate, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, explosive plays here. Fun to be out here tonight. Last game of the regular season on a Wednesday as we see Lone Peak ready to play and this Westlake team continue to develop this program.
Indeed, they continue to develop. So 15 minutes, the halftime that's up. It's been all Knights early. Cole Christensen, 3 of the touchdown. Evan Anderson, as well as Brooks Wild, adding a couple of their own. So that will do it for our first half. We'll be back in the second half in a little bit on KSL Sports Rewind.
Please welcome to the field our Westlake cheerleaders.
I I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it right now.
Skin Science does a phenomenal job on providing students the foundation they need to be able to jump into a career in medical aesthetics. During their internship at our Lonnie, they can expect to assist the practitioners with all things injectables such as Botox and dermal fillers. They assist with all of our medical facial procedures and then also with our body contouring procedures.
I would 100% recommend Skin Science Institute to anyone that's looking for an aesthetics program. I did not attend Skin Science Institute, but having worked here and seen how the staff and instructors care about their students and want to watch them grow and succeed, we are dedicated to helping our students feel confident in every service that they perform.
Back here inside Westlake High School, JT Withersfield, Nate Carter, Mike Christensen with you as well, operating our camera for us. And Nate, it's been a fun one if you're a Lone Peak fan so far. Their offense has been absolutely electric. Cole Christensen with 3 touchdowns in this one. Brooks Wild as well as Evan Anderson also have been able to find the end zone. And yeah, it's just been all night. As we mentioned, have to be impressed with the way this team has also controlled the trenches. They've done a very good job to open this game. Another opportunity to do it in the second half, as well as Lone Peak football is presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind.
Yeah, this is the Knights team you were hoping to see all season, coming back to defend the title, able to break away from teams not as talented as them.
Recapping the action so far, Lone Peak, Westlake got it in 3rd and long, but then it was Cole Christensen, caught it on the stop route, made one guy miss, and then was off to the races. That was the theme of the first half we'll get into. Westlake had a 3 and out, but they got it to Cole Christensen on the ensuing possession, as that's a touchback. The Knights did, and what happened was Christensen, fumble was forced out. They punched it out. Westlake able to move the ball down the field. Teo was able to punch it into the end zone, so then it's a 7-7 game. Then from there, it was Evan Anderson, big run. Cole Christensen had one of the best plays I've been seen in person this high school season, where he caught the crosser over the middle and just took it to the house. Had another one where he's wide open. Evan Anderson punched the last one in. All of that and not a lot of Westlake offense after that turnover they scored has led to our 35-7 game with the 3rd quarter about to get underway. Bayless on the give. Gives it to Hammond, who charges ahead for a couple.
Yeah, we were able to see Westlake the other week answer quick coming out of the halftime against American Fork, where they were able to put up a quick 7 on the board, able to make some halftime adjustments, see what they were able to work out in the locker room at that halftime.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Wong and his group come out with here on senior night. It's been a fun celebration, of course, as it is so many great seniors and just players. Got to admire the commitment and dedication these young men have to the game out there tonight. Take this one from 2nd and 5. Unfortunately, that's a theme we saw in the first half as well, was those negative plays, those false starts, and a little bit of movement on the offensive line, as we'll back it up once again, Nate.
Yeah, been a fairly clean game so far. Not a lot of penalties, but just anything can knock Westlake off their momentum and make it tough on them.
Bayless once again flanked by 2, one of which is Hammond. On 2nd and 10, with just over 11 remaining in this 3rd. He'll throw it over the middle, almost hauled in, but instead is blasted. And we're going to see a flag come in. Didn't look to be a defenseless receiver, Nate.
Yeah, it's a big hit there by Seth Dahl, number 7, flying through with Lone Peak. Obviously, we're trying to protect players out here, JT, and just not the same plays we're used to seeing in high school football, as that's a possible penalty on the defensive backs.
Yeah, we see them talking it over still. Got to believe it's going to be. And yeah, they're going to see the Knights start to walk it back as well. And we will see the personal foul come in on the defense for that hit. A little bit of life for this Westlake offense there.
Yeah, definitely expected them to see come out of halftime, fired up, still take a swing to get back in this game. Let's see how they were able to respond.
It's about time for the Thunder offense to get going. We'll see if they're able to do it right here. Bayless gives it. So the Knights waste no time as they drop Youngberg on the short carry.
Yeah, Knights able to respond there, knowing that Westlake is a strong running team, able to plug up the gaps and make a play for a 1-yard loss.
Ball at the 34 now, 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss that you mentioned, Nate. Youngberg will remain next to Bayless in the backfield, 2 receivers flanking each side. Bayless, the junior quarterback. The Knights show pressure. They'll bail out of it. Bayless waiting, tried to step up, and he is devoured. Big time hit by the Knights that time. Is coming in for the sack was Luke Smith.
Yeah, number 42 able to crack in there, trying to buy time in the pocket, tries to swivel around to see if there's anywhere to go, and he was stopped immediately.
Saw that pressure flowing to the left side that time, and just not enough bodies to pick it up as it breaks through. It's still weird, Nate, to think this game's happening on a Wednesday because it very much, you know, hey, we got Friday night lights, we're here and all that way, but Wednesday game, and as we mentioned, 3 straight days of high school football happening across the state. Bayless going to step up and run, 1 man to beat, is able to make a miss as they'll get a nice chunk of yardage back. Unfortunately, it was 3rd and 16, so he's still going to have to punt it away, but nice play by Bayless.
Yeah, that's definitely what we've seen from Westlake this year is Bayless able to get out of pressure with his legs, get the ball down the field. Not enough this time as we see the punt team come out.
You know, in the first half, it was Cole Christensen. We still see Cole Christensen on the sideline, so not sure entirely what's going on with Christensen because he still held after they scored as well. So just something to keep an eye on. We hope he's okay. He's already more than made his impact on this one. Instead, back to return the punt is Matthias Nahine, excuse me. So Matthias Nahine able to field that one, and we'll see the Knights offense come back on the field, and could have been much better outside of the lone fumble they had. It was all lone peak, marched up and down the field, mentioned all the guys who got in. What impressed you most about the Knights offense?
Yeah, anything can happen in the playoffs, JT, as I'm sure the Lone Peak is just trying to mix in everyone they can tonight to see exactly what they have going into the postseason.
Speaking of having something, Coach Brockbank might have something as well in Jackson Blake. Junior quarterback has been outstanding tonight distributing the ball and has not turned it over once. This time he'll drop back, waits, hits it over the middle, just can't connect with his intended target in Sean Blanton.
Yeah, tough ball there over the middle, not being able to haul it in, able to keep it away from defenders. No risk of interception there, but not able to pick up any yardage.
One of the few times tonight this offense hasn't been able to get positive yardage on a play. This time they'll go to the ground, and not a lot there. Thunder come flying in around the edge, one of them being Maverick McManus.
Yeah, that's something you definitely want to have on film Monday to clean up as you go into this postseason. If you're Lone Peak, you don't want any defenders getting in behind the line of scrimmage there.
Jackson Gunther gets the first carry of the second half. We'll see if we see Brooks Wild as well as Evan Anderson in this one, as the Knights up 35 might rely on a couple of their backups to get it done.
Yeah, see the 3rd and long. Lone Peak lined up to air it out.
Blake dropping back, waiting, gets it to Bateman, hauls it in. The tight end leaping up for the grab and the first down, Max Bateman.
Yeah, triple coverage, a little scary anytime you have to thread it in there. But with a connection like that, hauls it right in for the first down. Great play there by the Knights.
Once again, fans, if you're hungry, let's give it up for our delicious food.
So Max Bateman gets the first.
Meat freaks.
As we see the Knights
Mac and cheese freaks and chicken and freaks.
resetting now after the positive gain on that play. 35-7 this one, 8:20 remaining here. Give it back on the ground, nice haul. And a solid gain on first down is bouncing it to the outside on the gain there.
Yeah, Wild able to powerfully run the ball up the field, being taken down by number 4, Aiden Hammond. Able to pull him down as there was no one behind him to come up to make a stop after that.
This looks like Wild did get a carry on that one, as Mohamed Ibrahim in on the stop. See if they go to the ground game once again. Waiting, Blake airing it out, wide open, has Blanton over the field. Blanton tries to turn to the left. Blanton dragged down right at the 5. A huge gain for the Knights offense.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there for Westlake, not able to pick up the post move there by the tight end, as we are again with the Knights in scoring position.
Yeah, firmly in scoring position again. You see a little bit of a, looks to be a heavier package checking in for this Lone Peak offense. Looks like they might want to trust their ground game to get it done. And I even go back to that big time third down throw by Blake, able to get it to Bateman over the middle.
No, that was a big play there, able to be able to thread that one in there as we see the fullback punching up the hole. Stop short of the goal line there. 2nd and 10.
Gotta love them trying to get the touchdown there. Looked like it was Anderson.
Yeah, line up with that fullback as they're just gonna pound this into the end zone.
So 6:45 remaining now. 2nd down from the 2. That's well in position. In the backfield, you got Jathron Johnson at the fullback spot. Instead, Blake gonna air it out in the end zone and caught it as he was wrestled down in a headlock, basically. Blanton hauled it in. I'll have to give that one a rewind. Top 5 love too. How about Blanton able to secure it despite the RKO?
I am speechless. That ball looked like it was going right over his head as he just throws his hands up there, hauls it in with, as you said, the defender suplexing him and takes it in for 6. Great job there by the Lone Peak Knights.
Yeah, you mentioned it was going over his head. He couldn't even jump for it. He just had to throw those hands up there and able to haul in the catch. It's going to make this one 42-7, PAT Bearing. And the call was pass interference on the defense. I mean, can't put people, this ain't the MMA, you can't put a headlock on, so that makes sense. For Lone Peak now, it looks like, and we see Cole Christensen back out once again on the hold. So once again, not sure of his status, if they're just trying to save him. It seems to be that way with postseason play right around the corner, and it's going to be fun to get it underway. But at the moment, we have Ian Sanchez, who continues his perfect night. And speaking of perfect night, the Knights, pretty much perfect tonight outside of one lone mistake, and they lead 42-7 at Westlake High. Welcome back into Lone Peak Football, presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind. doTERRA is a proud sponsor of Lone Peak Football. doTERRA products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. Once again, head to doTERRA.com. See, that pass interference is going to be informed on the kickoff as the Knights move it up. Also want to give credit to Ames Construction, working in harmony with nature and instilling true confidence, delivering success. Ames Construction.
Let's see if he has enough leg on this one, JT, to put it through the uprights. That's always fun to see on a kickoff.
And with a guy like Sanchez, who's drilled him for 50+ on the season, you know he does. Sanchez launches it. And it's hard to tell from our vantage point, but I think it was just to the right. Nate, what did you think?
Yeah, it's tough to call from this angle. I was hoping to see the fans in the end zone call it for us, and we got no help there.
No, we did not. Dr. Horton, 2022. Dr. Horton is the state's premier builder of master planned communities, offering amenities like pools, clubhouses, integrated walking trails, sport courts, dog parks, play areas, and much more. With more than 300 communities built locally since 1992 and 18 communities now under construction, Dr. Horton is Utah's home builder. Start your new home search today at drhorton.com. And that's going to be a flag.
Yeah, Westlake puts a man in motion with the offensive line waiting for this play to start. They get pushed back 5 as they were too excited and jumped the snap.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for a Westlake offense. Look, last year I watched the Westlake team go on the road all the way out to Roy High School. They hadn't won a game in region play, and they still were able to go in and get a win. So there's still a Westlake team that is going to have a chance to make some noise in the postseason. Coach Wong's groups, they're not going to quit. go to the outside as that one's thrown a little bit behind. Can't be hauled in.
Yeah, if anybody has to go to Roy again this season, JT, check out Burger Bar. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Great burger establishment as well as the high school playoffs.
Can't go wrong with a good burger as well. Best in the state?
Oh, it's fun if you're up there. Best in the state is going to be a tough call for me.
5:03 remaining. 2nd and 15 for Bayless and the Thunder offense. Aiden Bayless. Time in the pocket, waiting, airing it out, and just overshoots his intended target in Carter Queering.
Yeah, Lone Peak defense able to muck up the play enough to not – Bayless not able to connect with anybody on that play. Tough 3rd down here for the Thunder.
Because it is 42-7, that's why you see the clock running at the moment, and it's going to continue to run for the remainder of this one. Knights bring some pressure to the right. Bayless maneuvering, waiting, trying to get out of it, waiting. Has a man open downfield, and a great pass deflection by the diving Knight. Able to deflect and make a play on that one is Drew Gunnarsson.
Gunnarsson flying in with the yellow gloves, able to get that ball out of batted down. Here comes the punt team for the Thunder.
The Thunder have to punt it away once again, and once again back to return this one, as he's done in the first one in this second half, is Matthias Nawahine. Thunder trying not to give too short of a field here. We'll see what kind of a punt they're able to get. And it's a good one.
Yeah,
and he takes a fantastic bounce as well. Going to continue to roll. That one will die pretty much on the 36. What a punt.
Yeah, that was Aiden Bayless. That's a
Yeah.
Running, throwing, punting. He's doing it all tonight, JT.
Doing it all, yep. Knights offense ready to check back in, and just another opportunity to get some more reps for Jackson Blake as well. Has been outstanding. Kaden Hodson, another guy who's been really strong on the season for this Knights team. Just hasn't been able to go these last couple of weeks. Coach Brockbank and his squad hoping he'll come back for the playoffs. And Coach Brockbank gave some high praise to Hodson as well. Said he played one of the best games he's had a quarterback play just during his tenure here was Hodson's game versus Skyridge a few weeks ago. Now, they ended up blowing that lead in that one, but that one he wasn't placing the blame on Hodson.
See a catch hauled in there by Trey Robinson. Nice quick route there. Great to see him able to connect with wide receivers on deep balls and short ones.
He has been getting everyone involved, and as we mentioned, Cole Christensen, he's done for the day. Had 4 catches for over, I think he went over 100 yards even on just those 4 as well, I'll say. Carter, he was absolutely fantastic, but there's a number of other talented wideouts now taking the stage for this Knights team. They'll turn to the ground once again, and it's bounced to the outside. Huge gainer for Jackson Gunther.
Yeah, another first down here for the Knights. Will be interesting to see how the rest of the week plays out for these teams. I don't think I've ever played on a Wednesday, JT.
I would venture to say so as well, Nate.
Do you do film tomorrow, walkthroughs on Friday?
Nice when you have a week extra to prepare for your game, right?
Yeah.
We'll be excited to get the playoffs underway. So many great teams in the state. Lehigh, Sky Ridge, of course. We'll see if McKay Hillstead can come back. Timpview, another one absolutely loaded on both sides of 5A and 6A classification. What a job keeping his legs and staying up by Micaiah Smith. It's Goff on the stop. What are you most looking forward to about the postseason getting underway?
Yeah, definitely we'll start seeing teams that haven't been matched up yet face off. There's going to be a fun to see how this boils down. Obviously, these regions can be so difficult, and so you see some underdogs come out just like we saw with Westlake last year.
Rome Einerman got the start for Lone Peak last week versus Corner Canyon. He's due up once again here. Einerman coming in relief of Blake. Turns to Smith on the ground once again. Smith charging ahead. Smith across the 20.
Ball's run by 32, Landon Goff.
Yeah, big run there. as he's able to find space and make it downfield.
First down, Lone Peak.
So a big run for the Knights as they continue to be productive in this one, no matter who's in there. And you got to give a lot of credit to this offensive line as well. They have just been outstanding all night long. One guy in particular, Austin Pay, has looked phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, JT. They've been able to get to the next level, busting open holes. They've had a big run multiple times tonight.
And you get that kind of push off the ball, you can do it all, but not when you have flags. We're going to have to reset the play clock there. Or excuse me, actually just the end of a quarter. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun, as we are out here at Westlake High. The Thunder currently trailing the Lone Peak Knights 42-7. We're coming right back with the fourth quarter here on KSL Sports Rewind. You're watching Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. Back here inside for some Lone Peak football. It's been all Knights in this one. 42-7, and they're driving right now as we see the offense get to work. Once again, Skin Science, proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind Lone Peak football presentation. Summit Football and Ankle. Summit Football plus Ankle wants to empower your peak performance. Foot pain isn't normal. Rise above the pain at summitfootankle.com. And Roy Solutions, professional call centers at prices you can afford. Lions, not sheep. Burn Boot Camp. Burn Boot Camp transforms lives and communities through challenging 45-minute cardio and strength workouts that will leave you feeling stronger and more confident in all aspects of your life. This Lone Peak offense has been feeling confident tonight as we're set to get the fourth quarter underway. Running clock because it is a 42-7 score. They'll turn to the ground once again, give it to the fullback, who not surprisingly lives up to the monarch and carries defenders to deep.
Yeah, powerful run there by Johnson as he's able to move up. Second down. Oh, first and goal.
Yeah, first and goal off that one.
That.
Yeah, big powerful run that time. Also want to shout out Rockwell Ice Cream. Rockwell Ice Cream Company makes the high quality, fresh homemade super premium ice cream. If you like ice cream, you will love Rockwell. It is the perfect place for everyone to celebrate together after the game. So make sure you guys head over to Rockwell Ice Cream after this one.
I do miss the Rockwell location by my home. It was not able to survive COVID. That keeps me up at night sometimes, JT.
See if the Knights could get this one in. Huge hole to the outside and able to stay up and find the end zone. It's going to be another touchdown for Lone Peak as Jackson Gunther punches it in as the Knights find the end zone once again.
Yeah, great run by Gunther as he's able to keep that leverage on the outside and keep moving upfield as he hits the end zone for 6 more points for the Lone Peak Knights.
And the fantastic Ian Sanchez will make his way back out. Hasn't really been needed to be fantastic tonight. It's been all extra points as Lone Peak has been able to have their way offensively, now leading by over 40 points, looking to make it 42 right here.
Yeah, outside of a fumbled reception, haven't seen any turnovers here for Lone Peak Knights.
And you won't, and as they continue to pour it on, the offense has been unstoppable. 49-7 your score, and you're watching KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back into Lone Peak Football, presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind. Stephanie Clark, Berkshire Hathaway. Stephanie Clark, Utah's premier real estate professional with Berkshire Hathaway. Black Desert Resort, remarkable within reach. Velocirix, bring 'em all. Tiger Friday, dancewear for the fierce and free. You a dancer, Nate?
I get a little boogie in me.
White man got moves. Sanchez for another touchback. Haven't even really been able to see the Thunder's return game. They had one early on that was pretty good, but since then haven't been given an opportunity. Also want to shout out Tech 9, Tech Happily with Tech 9, where Utah goes for custom software development. And Renuvi, do you have unresolved back pain from a herniated disc, or does pain in your knees prevent you from being as active as you want to be? Non-surgical, regenerative spine Regenerative spine and joint therapies from Renuvi can repair damaged tissue, relieve your pain, restore your active lifestyle. Go to Renuvi.com to set up a free virtual consultation with one of their qualified physicians. Your pain doesn't have to be managed. It can be solved. Bayless dropping back, just going to check it down. Has a man open in the flat.
Yeah, Westlake with the empty set there, JT. Looking to take shots down the field. Mix it up from their successful run game so far.
Yeah, able to get a first down, something they haven't really been able to get for a lot of this game. That time Bayless able to connect with Jackson Slade. You see them stretch it out wide as well. 8 minutes remaining in this one, 49-7. Thunder still fighting on senior night. Bayless goes to the outside, nearly intercepted. Just quite couldn't haul that one in was Drew Gunnarsson.
Yeah, tough read there as we see Lone Peak dropping back. Seeing this empty set here from the Thunder. Reading pass all the way. Lucky we didn't see that one get picked off.
And then, Nate, take us around. What are a couple of the games that have your eye in the state tonight?
Let's see. Right here we have Ridgeline Box Elder tied at 14-14. Coming down to it, Salem Hills and Bear River. Salem Hills has a 3-point lead.
As Bayless decided to try to take that one and was able to get the first down on the quarterback draw, 3rd and short.
Skyridge came out hungry tonight, up 23-0 on American Fork.
Dang.
West
Our game of the week.
Game of the week. West closing out strong against Granger, 28-0. I'm trying to quickly glance here and not miss anything on the field here, JT. And do we see?
Yeah, no real surprises, as you mentioned. Maybe the only one is Skyridge just looking outstanding tonight against American Fork. That's a good American Fork team as well. We called their game a couple weeks ago against Pleasant Grove. They looked very good. Bayless waiting, buying time, just decides to run it and steps out of bounds.
Yeah, not able to see anybody while he was scrambling through there. Just takes it up for a few yards and gets out of bounds.
Yeah, Lehigh taking care of business tonight. Stansbury, it's a little bit closer than a lot of them have been on the season, but eventually the Stallions, I mean, they're still able to do what they do, right? It was originally 21-36. Now they scored 33 points in the second quarter, as the Stallions tend to do, so 43-21. That offense led by Ezra Harris, absolutely electric, with Halu as well in the backfield. Hamilton, just dudes all over the place. Speaking of dudes, there's Hamilton on the outside.
Yeah, big connection there for number 4, Hammond. Able to haul that one in, move it up for a Westlake first down.
One fun one brewing right now is Woods Cross has been really hot on the air. They're facing off against the Dons of Spanish Fork. That one 10-10. At the moment. Looking ahead to Thursday's action. Got a fun one. Farmington versus Syracuse. That's a huge Region 1 showdown there. Kearns at Cypress also going at it. Skyline Olympus. A couple fun ones. Then on Friday, get some really good Region 3 action. Copper Hills at West Jordan. Mount Ridge at Harriman. But the big one, Riverton at Bingham. And Riverton, if they're able to beat Bingham, they'll capture the Region 3 crown. And that's exactly what they did last year, was Riverton went in there and they needed to win the head-to-head to be able to capture that Region crown. And they were able to do it. But that's a tough task against a really good Bingham team.
No, that is a strong Bingham team, as we've seen for years now. Fun to see the scheduling come down to the last game of the season to take away Region.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in this one. Crazy to think the high school regular season comes to a close tonight. I still remember being out at Fremont High to watch the Skyridge Falcons take on the Silver Wolves in that one, and it's crazy how fast time flies. Bayless wants it all, going deep, has a man open, it's caught! Inside the 5, the biggest play for the Thunder's offense today as Carter Queering hauls it in.
Yeah, I love to see Bayless on that design boot. Keep his eyes down the field with blockers in front of him and able to air it all the way down to Carter Queering, putting them right in the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. Do we see the fullback again as they try to punch this in?
Good opportunity for this team, as you mentioned, to score their 2nd touchdown of the game, and just something encouraging to build off. You put that on film against the Lone Peak defense. There's still a lot of the guys out there. Knights start this one with just 5 on the line. They'll bring all the pressure, go to the outside. It's hauled in. What a perfect comeback route drawn up to the outside. And the Thunder with the score and strike.
Without a second to spare, the ball is right in his basket. Could have caught that one blindfolded, JT.
Yeah, Ezra Heiner, as you mentioned, just turned around and perfectly the ball was there. Fantastic reaction time, a perfect route, and perfect placement by Bayless. Gets that one in. So with 3:56 remaining, we see the Thunder find the end zone once again. Their longest and best drive of the game. That one was nearly blocked. Still able to squeeze through. Thunder show a little bit of life. 14-49. Lone Peak still leads it on KSL Sports Rewind. You're watching Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. So 4 minutes to go here, Nate, and we were talking a little bit. Who are a couple of the teams that, you know the big names. We know Sky Ridge, Corner Canyon, Lehigh, Timpview as well, but who are the couple of teams that have your eye heading into the playoffs?
I've been up at West a lot this season. A lot of talent on both sides of the ball. A great growing program that not that many years ago was not making a lot of waves in the playoffs. Definitely hope to see them make a deep run. Fun team to watch. And then,
before you jump on to your next team, I just want to give some love to West as well. Sui, phenomenal, and as well as, I just blanked on his name actually at the moment. I was just about to say it there. Phenomenal safety and running back.
Sessi Valahi, I believe.
Thank you for correcting me.
Definitely a big playmaker out there, West.
See the little squib kick there, goes for the short game. But Sessi Valahi, I mean, he's him. I'm just going to say it right away. He is phenomenal. Gets it done both sides of the ball. Running back as well at over 100 yards rushing. Valahi, one of the best players in the state, regardless of position. Got to keep an eye on West, as you highlighted.
Yeah, he's definitely doing it all this season. Playing both ends of the ball, touchdowns, interceptions. You have to game plan around him for sure.
And the magic touch.
Definitely.
Brian Peterson. Brian in your
That will be interesting to see if the rest of the team's able to rally with those two to make a splash. There's a lot of talent out here in Regions in 6A football in Utah.
Farmington's another one too, where look, I know they had a loss a few weeks ago, but before that, they were the last team that was unbeaten in the 6A classification as the Knights complete one to the outside.
Pass complete, brought down by Dylan
Engelman. Pitch and catch as that clock continues to run.
Yeah, and we've also seen Corner Canyon be able to show up on ESPN and be able to perform under that pressure, and should be a fun playoffs
Coach
coming up.
Brockbrink was singing the praises of Isaac Wilson earlier, saying how phenomenal he was last weekend. Take Care as well, another phenomenal player, and it'll be interesting to see. And just speaking of sweepers, we had talked about the Stallions a little bit earlier. I just feel like just because they do play out there in Region 7, they kind of get slept on, forgotten amongst the teams like Lehigh and Timpview, but they're undefeated for a reason and have one of the best offenses. It's the most productive offense by far. If you want to talk about it as the best because of the level of competition, you can, but they're unbelievable.
Yeah, that's definitely explosive offense in the state. And it's been interesting to see Lone Peak respond, having a huge target on their back, being the state champions last year, and seeing some of the best performances by every team each week, game planning to try to take out the champions.
And, we're talking about sleepers as well. We could potentially be calling one of them right here. This Lone Peak Knights team, Coach Brockbank's squad has really come along this season each week. Yes, a tough loss last week, but you look at it, all they need to do is get Kaden Hodson back, which very well could come back. And you got Cole Christensen, McChesney, Bateman, Robinson as well. And a defense that's really improved as the season's gone on. They could make some noise as well.
Yeah, big offensive line. You got the beef in the trenches to march the ball down the field. We could definitely see an upset by Lone Peak.
2:46 left in this one. Knights turn to the ground, give it ahead, dragging some defenders along the way as well. Strong run for Lone Peak.
Yeah, Jethro Johnson able to, again, lower his shoulder, pick up yards, move the ball down the field.
Brought down by number 42, Charles.
See the Thunder decide to burn a timeout. And while we have a second, I'm going to dive into a couple of the action. Once again, once we're done here, make sure you guys head over to that Red Zone channel. Check out all the great action. Dusty's going to keep it on, all of the best games in the state for you guys, breaking it down. As well as make sure you guys continue to check the KSL Sports Rewind channel. Tons of great content coming down. They'll have their brackets coming out once those are revealed as well. So lots of fun stuff ensuing as the playoffs get underway. And, man, it's just an exciting time, Nate.
Yeah, for sure, JT. I think we're pretty lucky we haven't seen any terrible weather this season as we see a chilly night, but definitely not as bad as it could be as we go into late October.
Yeah, want to give a little shout out as well to how about the Pleasant Grove Vikings? They're only down by a touchdown at the moment to Corner Canyon, so still need those second half stats to come underway. But props to the Vikings for a very strong half, especially because I was at their game last week and they really struggled to be competitive against Skyridge. So that team, Coach Walkenhorst's team, able to respond. With 2:27 to go, it's another give, and Smith went to the airs for a short gain.
Yeah, Smith with a light hurdle there over the pile, not able to get out to the other side as he's taken down 3rd and short for the Knights as we're coming up on a 2-minute warning.
Third time out of the half for the Thunder as they decide to burn one more, talk a few things over, looking on just to get some adjustments and things in there because as we mentioned, this is a team that's going to be looking to go on the road and make some noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, JT, as the wind almost blows my hat off. We are looking at another timeout now. Thanks, keeping it on there snug.
Trying to adjust it for you. Be a good partner.
Yeah. No, definitely Lone Peak able to connect down the field, able to have a healthy production. Obviously, you need a defense to show up in the playoffs to be able to keep your offense in the game. So,
and they're going to end 5-4 on the season. So in terms of rankings, could be probably in top 15 as well. Top 10 maybe a little difficult at 5-4. They might be able to get in there depending on how the rest of the action across the state shakes out. As I mentioned as well, Lone Peak out of state, absolutely phenomenal, representing the state of Utah. Wins against Bishop Alamani as well as going down to Nevada and getting 1-2. That'll be another first down, and that's going to do it. In this one is the Knights going to have to take 2 knees. Actually, I'm going to make it 3. It's 2 minutes left, so 3 knees to take it away. But what is the biggest thing you're watching for with the playoffs getting underway?
Yeah, just a difference in matchups. Obviously, these regions can be a little lopsided, but once we see all the talent come out to the state and start with their goal all set to play at Rice Eccles at the end of the season, should be excited to see how it all winds out.
We'll be exciting to see. Yeah, we'll be exciting to see how it all plays out. For the Knights, just putting a bow on this one. I mean, how about the first half from Cole Christensen? The hat trick, I believe it was only 3 minutes into the second quarter even. He had it. He was absolutely electric every time he touched the ball. Multiple plays worthy of a rewind top 5, so he should be able to get some love there as well. Jackson Blake came in and showed great command of the offense. Evan Anderson as well as Brooks Wild also holding it down for this Lone Peak team. So a lot of credit there, and this Coach Brockbank's team really showed up and showed out tonight. He's got a great coaching staff, and it's going to be fun as, his teams always come prepared. So Coach Brockbank and the Knights going to get their 5th win of the season. They'll move to 5-4. Look, not the same record they liked as of last year, not state champs, but you have a lot of talent to replace, so got to be encouraged with how this team is slowly but surely coming along.
Yeah, it's so tough to reload at the high school level. The rumors of recruiting happen out here, JT, but it's just developing.
He's going to drop a bomb before we get off the air. Jeez.
There's rumors. I don't have any allegations against anyone. Go whatever school you want to, play for whatever coach you want to.
And that's going to do it for us. So 49-14 closes out the regular season for the Westlake Thunder and Lone Peak Knights. Nate, your final thoughts?
Yeah, great showing by Lone Peak as they are primed to play postseason, and great stance there by Westlake. Obviously, developing program, continuing to get better every week.
Thunder going to move to 2-8 on the season. Lone Peak Knights 5-4 as we wrap this one up. 49-14, your final with the Knights coming in and able to cancel the storm the Thunder tried to bring on senior night. For Nate Carter, our cameraman Mike Christensen, I'm JT Wistersill. Have a great Wednesday night and enjoy the next few days of high school football. Regular season coming to a close, and that means playoffs are right around the corner, and we'll have them all here for you on KSL Sports Rewind.